Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 8.09% to 22,809. Ethereum is up 15.92% to 1628. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. What we're doing now and what we do each and every day is to have a run through of the crypto market sectors. These sectors had a very, very different look 2 days ago. You can see how the exponential nature of crypto can change around on a heartbeat. Crypto is unlike any other market on the planet. You can look back in the video library at any particular day and see how these sectors are playing out. This is actually incredibly valuable information. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as a part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you for tuning in. I love sharing this time together. Each and every video we go through this run through of the sectors. You want to keep your eye on what is changing in which sector, and what cryptos in what sectors are moving first, and what are moving next, and what are moving last. It's a pretty complex, ever-changing thing to do. That's why tuning in each and every day will give you an insight unlike anything you will experience anywhere else. Our focus here is the overall market, and then we drill down into specific cryptos. We can see the market has done really, really well. To prime our mind for profitability, we have the CTKS creed. And this is just something that you can say to yourself each and every day. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities and life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass, the tax software I use, and you can reach out to me and directly message me on Twitter at any time. I just want to let all the people know who have been contacting me in terms of the scholarship. That is still open. Please reach out to me on Twitter if you are interested in a partial scholarship to the CTKS Masterclass. You can find links in here in the description. As crypto technical analysts, we have a scientific process by which and through which we analyze crypto price action. And CTA is all about scientifically tracking investor attention, which is measured through price, which is reality, not what you hear in the news. If you think about yesterday, a lot of people were saying the markets are actually going to crumble because of the FOMC meeting. What did the markets do? We can already tell by the green on the board. The markets rallied, the NASDAQ rallied, fear dropped off. We can tell these things without even looking at the charts because we know how the game is played. That is, we can just look at the heat map and we can tell what's happening. And this is the skill that's imparted inside the CTKS Masterclass. You can see, for example, fear backed off. What did price do in the NASDAQ and the major indices? It just absolutely rallied, and it's at resistance now. And what else do we see? Bond prices are just trying to figure out where they're going, but they were rejected down. And it's really interesting. We can see yields coming down to test this support line again. Quite fascinating. And look at gold. Gold is absolutely partying. It's actually broken above this resistance and it's going for gold. But going for gold. And it's going to strike a lot of resistance around the 1804 level. Just keep that in mind. And look at the DXY. The DXY came crumbling, crashing down. which is fantastic, because when the DXY goes up, it's typically a flight to safety, and when we see money getting transferred out of US dollars into the market, it's little wonder that fear comes down and prices go up. We see that all the time in the crypto market. I was explaining about oil since around 2 weeks ago that oil was starting to bottom out, starting to make a series of higher lows. It's looking like oil is getting ready to break out. Let's just keep our eye on that, because if oil breaks out, it's very, very inflationary. Naughty oil. And what do we see with the junk bonds? Junk bonds are actually heading back up, which is signifying more risk-on behavior in the markets. And we can see that playing in through the NASDAQ. And Masterclass students, you'll learn more about this in TM6, as well as getting my live chart. What actually happened in the markets? As we expected, the probability was for a 75 basis point increase, and that's exactly what we got. And the next FOMC meeting is in 55 days, and we can see there's a 65% chance of a 275 to 300 basis point target rate. So what we're actually anticipating is a 50 basis point increase. That's 65%. Getting up to a 75 basis point is a 35% probability. And you can keep your eyes on this particular chart down here, or this table. This is a really, really good table to keep your eye on. This could have been a very different probability distribution. For example, just say that we had 325 to 350 basis points up here, and that it had a 100% chance of coming true in 55 days, for example, 100% probability. Now, what we would actually see is the markets reacting differently, because the increase, the incremental increase, has actually gone down. That's restored a degree of confidence into the market. You can see how all these things are intercorrelated and interconnected. Inside the masterclass, we do deep dives across the precious metals. We dive deep into inflation, M1, M2, the Fed balance sheet, forward break-even inflation rates. And I also share my live charts. When looking at inflation, masterclass students, you'll get this in TM4. We can see we've had a little bit of an uptick in the 5-year and the 10-year. And it's not really that much. The NASDAQ is rallying. What we would anticipate is NASDAQ coming up, and also these 5-year and 10-year break-even inflation rates to also come up. This is the problem that the Fed has, and all central banks around the world. Increased economic activity will drive increased inflation. It always has. And we also zoom out and look at more macro. So in LV19, masterclass students get this live chart. What are we actually seeing here? What we're seeing is that the NASDAQ is coming up towards resistance, but the S&P 500 and the Dow has actually broken out, and so pretty much has the Russell. So if we look at this, we're seeing the signs of a repair, market-wide repair. And this is why we look at the charts. If you listen to the news, you just go and run and hide underneath your bed and you wouldn't come out. Not surprisingly, we can see other global markets getting close to turnarounds as well. We can see that in Australia and a variety of other countries. Why do we track these macroeconomic factors? Because they matter. Because of Rule 45, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. Just as Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity either. The macroeconomic charts were actually pointing to an increase in Bitcoin's price, but we always have our ANF decision making, three-dimensional decision making. What if price goes against us, goes nowhere, or goes for us? So we're prepared for all eventualities. One thing that you must keep in mind, and this is really, really important, do not ever let the market control your emotional state. For example, if you're really, really happy when the market goes green, that is not the way to go. If you're really, really sad when the market goes red, that's not the way to go either. We must become independent emotionally from the market. When looking at Bitcoin's price, we can see that Bitcoin has rallied. And how has it rallied? It's done really, really well. Now, what does this mean to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index? Just like we look at the VIX, we need to look at Crypto Fear and Greed to give us some sort of comprehension. It's gone up 2 points from 26 to 28. This is why crypto is unlike any other market on the planet. What you can see is price was coming down and down and down and down. We were getting on the right side of the percentage. Well done to all the BORSOGers out there that got on the right side of the percentage and have been selling into the green. That's what we do with BORSOG. We get on the right side of the percentage. You can be on the wrong side of the trade, but on the right side of the percentage and make money. What we seek to do is to actually apply Rule 359, be on the right side of the percentage. It's a very, very powerful rule, and you don't actually have to make that much to be on the right side. A lot of people feel that they have to go for gold, have to go for Bitcoin. They want 1,000% returns, but what if you could just get a 2% return and just roll it over each day? That would actually yield 138,324% return annually. That's an annualized return on investment. You can see that you don't have to make much to do incredibly well. And in crypto, you can do things like this every single day. And that's because of Rule 4. That is, price moves in waves. Price is always going up and down and up and down and up and down, especially in crypto. And those up and down movements in crypto are unlike anything you'll see in the stock market or Forex. They're exponential across the market. Let's have a look and see what happened to Bitcoin. What happened to Bitcoin? What we were seeing and what we've been looking at for the past few days is the concept of this resistance line playing out from 11 to 17, coming down. We cut through that on very, very strong institutional buying. The institutions broke this resistance, and we were anticipating that something like that could actually happen. Did you have your ANF strategy together to anticipate a move like that? And why do we say that? Because when we look at the resistance from 21 to 23, we started to get a break. We had a cradling, and that is always a pretty good sign. But does it mean it's 100% probability that it's going to go through? It's a certainty. We don't have that level of confidence in crypto, but we can actually just run the numbers. We saw that globally things were aligning quite well, but one of the problems is so many people listen to the news and they get faded out. The news is put there to do that to you. Institutions want to push people, especially retail, especially beginning traders and investors, into a psychological circle where they don't know what is happening. It's really, really horrendous. The news will say the markets are going to tank, everything is bad, and then what happens? Price just rallies up, and these people unfortunately feel that they should have bought the bottom, but they were nowhere to be found when the bottom was getting laid in. This is why we seek to get on the right side of the percentage, and we don't have to make fantastic percentage gains to do fantastically. You've seen what a 2% gain will do. Just think about it like that. The question yesterday, and well done to all the community. I just love reading your comments. You're amazing, amazing people. What we actually have done is, of course, hammer in 24, but we don't know where 25 is yet. It's still going. Go Bitcoin! What price do you think Bitcoin will hammer in a short-term top here? Will it be around? Well, just let me know. What do you think? A, B, C, or will it just go further? Let's have a look at what's happening inside the crypto market to seek to put some light on those types of questions. Yesterday, the shorts were coming up and up and up and up as the longs were bottoming out. And I mentioned the longs are finding a base. They'll probably end up slapping the shorts around. And that's exactly what happened. Look at all these liquidations. It was just en masse. And what's happened to the longs? The longs have been pulled into the market. They had so much confidence because price went up. And Masterclass students, you'll receive this live chart in TG34. Turning to liquidations, there's been about 320 million of liquidations across just a little over 79,000 positions. When you're just learning, it's best to do whatever you do with spot. Just BORSOG, buy on red, sell on green with coffee money. And when you get into the synchronization pattern of the market, you can increase your coffee money then. It's really important to synchronize in with the market. We're doing that each and every day in these videos. Looking at total liquidations across the past 24 hours, about 79% of total liquidations were short. What about the past 12 hours? About 79%. What about the past 4 hours? Say 82% short. What about the past hour? Nearly 96% short. Oh, the poor old shorts. They have been very much whacked around the head by the longs. The truth is that the shorts cool the market down and the longs heat it up. And what do we see here? The shorts have been really severely whacked, and the longs have also been whacked. You never see a day where it's just 100% long or 100% short. The longs and shorts are always liquidating each other. It's like a game of laser tag where each team wins just for a little bit of time. When looking at the Nasdaq, just putting it over this TG34 chart, you can see the directional correlation between the Nasdaq and Bitcoin. That's why we look at the stock markets. Let's have a look at Max Pain. And what do we see? Price absolutely shot away. Poor old Max Pain. And we were expecting 21,000 tomorrow, and that's gone up to 21,500 and 23,000 Max Pain at the end of the month. And what would Max say about this? It would simply say, missed it by that much. If you ever get a chance to watch Maxwell Smart, that is a hilarious show. And I love the comments in yesterday's video. So what we see, whenever we get a green, Max is saying missed it by that much. And when we get a red, price is coming down. So when it's blue like this, Max Pain has not changed at all. Sometimes Max Pain can be a really good understanding of how the crypto market is working. And you might say, Ken, but what is Max Pain? I don't know. I know Maxwell Smart, but I don't know Max Pain. Max Pain is the price at which the majority of the options expire worthless in the options market on Bitcoin. So we're looking at Bitcoin Max Pain levels. Get on your Max! Everybody has a different strategy of dealing with their investments and their trades, but this is a green day and I'm selling on green personally. BORSOG comes from rule 621, buy on red, sell on green. And this is BORSOG, the price eagle, who screeches, buy on red, sell on green. It's the way to go. It's the way to get on the right side of the percentage. And this is, of course, from our NFT collection. We can see that the crypto market has done really well. It's up 8.4% in a single 24-hour period. And the greatest gainers across the past 24 hours, LDO, up 36.32%, Ethereum Classic up nearly 32%, Uni up nearly 24%, as is Synthetics, BTG up 22%, and Ape just a little over 20%. To get these gains, we had to be in at least 24 hours ago. And going to the greatest losses in the past 24 hours, they're all stable coins. Please let me know in the comments, what do you think this suggests? Looking at DeFi total value locked, we can see it's up 5.51% to $87.25 billion. We know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, and that's exactly what's happening at the moment. Bitcoin made this big push up. What happened to Ethereum? It pushed up as well. What about Binance Coin? Pushed up as well. XRP pushed up as well. What about ADA? Pushed up as well. Solana pushed up as well. Doge pushed up as well. DOT pushed up as well. As a community, we focus on positive excellence and maintaining real wealth foundations. This is incredibly important, not only for your health, but your profitability and happiness. Life is a marathon and not a sprint. When we put money in the right context, last on the list, and we put things like kindness, integrity, decency, gratitude, and happiness right up there, we'll find that we feel inner and outer peace, and that's worth more than anything. It actually will give fulfillment and meaning in life. Yesterday, we discussed the difference between false progress, which is blame, and real progress, which is growth. And the concept is that if you're new and just joined us for the first time, a very big and warm welcome to you. Welcome to the family. The concept is that everybody experiences suffering, losses, heartbreak, and pain. We can't avoid it in life. It's just built in and baked into the fabric of life. But we do get a choice, the choice to accept, learn and grow and then progress, or to blame and get stuck. Blaming is a very bad place to be. I'm going to share some comments from the community, and they're just really insightful and brilliant. I just so appreciate everybody in our beloved global family. You'll see a lot of Zone 1 and Zone 2, and Zone 3 and Zone 4. Zone 1 and Zone 2 are when people just get into trading and investing. It's the lose money rule zone, and it's the panic zone and the blame zone. When people actually understand they need to learn and they need to change their outlook on the market, they enter Zone 3 and Zone 4, which is the patience and rule zone, all about learning and courage, and Zone 4 about worthiness and meaning. That's where mastery of fear is actually accomplished. And this is the reason that I talk about positive excellence all the time. That's the critical thing that will take everybody to Zone 4. And that's where people are truly happy. And what is life about if not to be happy? John had a really incredible comment. Zone 1 and Zone 2 profits would follow the lines of negative excellence. And negative excellence is literally the antithesis or opposite of what positive excellence is. Negative excellence, where any gains will have negative consequences. Wow, that's very insightful and very, very important to understand. Zone 3 and Zone 4 gains are those of learning and winning, involving personal and relationship growth. Inner and outer peace will follow. And John said, changing from fake stories to real progress is possibly the most difficult thing that I have done so far in my life, and I'm still doing. Blaming others and myself for my shortcomings is not only very easy, but it has a negative health effect. Changing my diet changed my mind. Sounds unreal. The expression, you are what you eat, perhaps has some validity. This channel has allowed me to grow in a very positive direction. I thank you all for that. That's really beautiful, John. And when John says, I thank you all for that, we have so many incredible, insightful people that do comments. It's just beautiful. And if you are new, please say hello. We've got a very loving and kind community, but also an incredibly strong one. And Brett said, profitability in Zone 1 and Zone 2 is temporary. It's almost like easy come, easy go. In Zone 3, it is earned. Beautiful. And Brett likes, take your mind back. You need that peace. That was where I said, sometimes people get so angry, they say, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. Take that. And the other person says, no, you need your mind back. It's good. You need that peace. There are so many incredible comments and so much fun that we have each and every day, and it's a real community. And Meditative had a really good statement. Zone 1 and Zone 2, profitability ebbs and flows with the ranging emotions you go through. When you win, you are euphoric. When you lose, you're angry and blame everyone and everything. In Zone 3 and Zone 4, there is no roller coaster of emotions. Win or lose, you analyze your trades, identify what you did right or wrong, and take those learnings into the next trade. It's important that we do not let the market control your emotions. If you get emotional about the market going green or red, please just think about it like this. Zone 3 and Zone 4, don't do that. CPAS said, Zone 3 and Zone 4, you win or learn. Zone 1 and Zone 2, You get a loss and you blame others, or you give up. Wow, not very good to be in zone 1 and zone 2. But of course it's a rite of passage. If you are in zone 1 and zone 2 at the moment, if you've identified yourself there, please be loving and kind to yourself. We all go through zone 1 and zone 2 to get to zone 3 and zone 4. We can't escape them, so don't feel bad if you're there. And CPAS says, always be grateful for what you've got and to be able to live another day. Remember to be kind to your relations and surroundings. It will bring you new connections and a positive life. Absolutely beautiful. And Brett shared something really beautiful. I grew up in an environment where blame was more important than fixing the problem. Ouch, Brett. And this is what happens. People can live their entire lives in zone 1 and zone 2 and not even know about it. And this is the beautiful thing about trading and investing. We get to confront our emotions on a daily basis. I think trading and investing can be one of the most healing things that anybody could ever do. And Brett said, in fact, we adopted a rule in the family that someone had broken something regardless of why and how. If you touched it last, then you broke it. Ouch. I took this attitude with me to my own family and saw the same effects that I suffered in my wife. She was heartbroken. Blame was still my number one rule to begin fixing things. Well, after a while, the penny dropped that I was really upsetting my family as they treated me with kindness. So I soon learned to stop. However, when I returned to my original environment, I could see more clearly the destruction blame caused. Blame creates anger, which grows exponentially and poisons attitude, peace of mind, and creates a great deal of anger. I have also dealt with people who have zero accountability for their bad behavior. It is heartbreaking to see. I try to show all of these people the same kindness my wife showed me and hope that kindness grows exponentially as it did for me, because that kindness is not only a sword to pierce through their lack of awareness, but it is also a shield to prevent me from getting hurt too. That's just so incredibly beautiful to share, Brett. This is just the quality of our beloved global family. And everybody goes through hardships in life, and some go through more than others. And Brett, wow, your wife is just so magnificent. And so are you. And so are everybody who go through these kind of dysfunctional family relationships. Let's have a look at some community favorites. Looking at Basic Attention Token, BAT, it's done really well. Very nice. TRB took a bit of a dive yesterday and it's coming up at the moment. Prom looks to be basing. Quite interesting. YFI just shooting up there in accordance with Bitcoin's gravity. Unified or Unfi doing really well, getting up to a level of resistance. What happens when we get up to a level of resistance? Please let me know in the comments. IOTA doing really, really nicely, but getting into that level of resistance now. And look at QTUM. Cutum. It's so cute and it's really rocketing. Wow, go Cutum. And TWT, very, very impressive, going up and up and up. J-Link had a great comment. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, profit is winning. In Zone 3 and Zone 4, profit is earning. And what you earn, you keep. Talking about how to get out of Zone 1 and Zone 2 into Zone 3 and Zone 4, I think reflection, recognizing that the path just does not work, is one of the ways to get out of false progress. False progress is Zone 1 and Zone 2. Real progress is Zone 3 and Zone 4. And Meditative had another really good comment. Once you stop blaming others, the growth journey can begin. Woohoo, Meditative, very nice. And Jade, what a fantastic share. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, we're very emotional. We are filled with excitement, worry, blame, anger. Trading is a roller coaster ride. In Zone 3 and Zone 4, we're cool, calm, and collected. There is limited emotion related to trading, and if a move goes against us, we close out the position, forget anger and blame. Really fantastic, Jade. Well done. How do you move from false progress to real progress? Identifying your behaviors. Each day look to do better than the day before. Give back to others. Recognize that you are not the only important person in the world, and each individual is beautiful and worthy of love and kindness. Employ healthy behaviors. Get good sleep. Exercise regularly. Eat healthily. Surround yourself with like-minded and caring people. Very nice, Jade. One way often you can recognize if you're in Zone 1 and Zone 2, and don't worry about it, we all go through it, especially in investing and trading, so it's nothing abnormal. It's perfectly normal, but you just don't want to stay there because it's rocky and full of barbed wire. Edwin said something terrific. Real progress, Zone 3 and Zone 4, grows you slowly but exponentially. You will always be in control and never get emotionally distracted by mistakes and failure, often seen as weak at the beginning, but the results can be amazing in the long term. Profits are made with integrity and supported with technical history and transparency. Each profit and loss are made with meaning and a lesson behind it. False progress, Zone 1 and Zone 2, will eventually pull you back into the abyss without realizing it. Profit will still be made, but you'll still feel a sense of emptiness inside you. Why? Because you've already exhausted your time and energy on negativity that doesn't grow you to be a better person and have stronger character. Edwin suggests that the first thing to do is to have courage and bear up to the responsibility that you are in control of your life, and then forgive yourself for making a mistake and those around you, unlearning to relearn. Prioritize learning first, the result second, and then just repeat. Character builds your personality, and personality will support your wealth. Edwin also shares a story from his past, which is really, really nice. And the moral of this story, if you can change from stubbornness and ego into commitment and honor, your journey through life will never be the same again. And it wasn't the same again. And Edwin was very fortunate enough to have a mentor who really cared about him. Only people who care say things like that. And Edward says, as long as you stay in the game, you will reach your goal. Just beautiful. And Beardy said, a step is to get into Zone 3 and Zone 4. Take radical responsibility. Woohoo. Very nice one, Beardy. Free Dentist said, and I'm going to read this part first. I've had a definitive goodbye to several good people who have died because they couldn't turn their progress into positivity. It's so hard to experience this time and time again. Please take this to heart. Life is short, so try to make the best out of it. Start thinking more optimistically, no matter what. And what is that all about? To change the progress of a mindset in a better direction, start with sobriety. Stop finding excuses for using damaging substances, alcohol, nicotine, or all other hard drugs. Yes, hard drugs, because they're all deadly. Never work out in your favor of your way of thinking. It's just escaping from reality. You need a clear head. Take the stairs. Activate your body again. Eat healthier. So no more fast food. All these things will make you feel much better. After a while, you'll become more rational, less emotional on important decisions. It's a really beautiful share. Thanks, Free Dentists. And can you please book me in? Looking at some more top cryptos, we can see Matic just in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. AVAX in alignment. Look at Tron, came down hard. Sharp Angles did something interesting. Please let me know in the comments what they did. SHIB, look at SHIB, just partying. What about Uni? Wow, got to over that resistance. Go Uni. What about Litecoin, getting up there as well? FTT, doing fantastically. And what about Ethereum Classic? Phenomenal. I'd like to say to all the people going through life pullbacks, even if that's just not feeling well, our community's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're just so important to all of us. Badger said he's not been feeling so well recently, and just casually listening to the news, and the news wants us all to panic and sell everything. And this was from yesterday, and look at what price did. We always seek to get on the right side of the percentage, and we did quite well. Art came in and said, Badger, you can think about it like this way. Instead of saying, I'm feeling sick, how about saying, my body is healing and I'm feeling better every minute? That's pretty good. My prayers and thoughts are with you, and I believe you will mend more quickly. That's really, really good advice. And I wanted to point out this comment. Sometimes people write really long comments in YouTube and they don't get published. YouTube has some kind of crazy algorithm. But what I found, and I got caught with this kind of stuff as well, I would just open up a word processor or notepad or anything that you use, write the comment in there, and then just copy and paste it into YouTube. I found that even if I lost my comment, I didn't lose my work, and I hate wasting time, so it could be a real time saver for you too. And Art, please keep up those comments. We just love you. Sanjeev said something really beautiful, and this is great to remember, and it's very practical as well. Sanjeev said, I always live by the rule to never blame. Blaming shuts the mind down. It stops all progress. And this example I love. Why was I late to work? I couldn't find a parking spot in time to catch the train. Stupid parking lot, it's always full. No, I was late because I didn't wake up early enough. And that's because I slept too late. That's really good. Sanjeev is saying that blame stops all progress. So blame just means I'll be late again another day that week. You just keep on repeating everything and it's in a negative direction. However, seeking the issue and taking responsibility is so much harder, but it moves you forward, and we always need to be moving forward. And congratulations, Sanjeev. Sanjeev said, I took the masterclass a few months ago, and I am proud to say I've handed in my 2 weeks notice and will be here full time, so no more being late to work regardless. Good on you, Sanjeev. And Bildy shared, whenever I make a stuff-up, a mistake, whether it's a little mistake while I was driving or FOMOing into an emerging market during a bull run with way too much of my life savings, I really just try to tell myself the lesson very deliberately to make sure I get the message, and then I mentally flush the experience. Just brilliant. Ideally, it only takes a few minutes, but it can save hours, days, years of lost sleep and mental fatigue. Even then, sometimes our mind wants to return to uselessly work over a past bad experience, so I try to shut down those thoughts really early before they take root. A little conscious effort and vigilance goes a long way, I think. I think you're right, Bildy. It's just beautiful. For this next comment, I just want you to keep in mind point 22 here. So we saw a rally up, a decay, down to 24, and over resistance, and then up over this resistance. Goulash 1000, a new masterclass student, said, I'll be honest, I panic sold everything at point 22, but at least it was a well-informed panic sell based on a combination of trends. Assuming I don't botch the re-entry, the masterclass has more than paid for itself already. Goulash, one thing to always keep in mind and consider, the markets try to make you emotional, and when things are just coming down and down, that's when fear hits everyone. So when we're thinking about re-entry, and don't worry too much about it, I would suggest just borsogging using coffee money, because coffee money gets you into the flow of the market. When you see price recovering, taking out a resistance level, that is generally incredibly positive. Sometimes they'll take out a resistance level and then find another one and get shot down. And this actually, that was a very fearful move, as was this. I imagine when you sold at 22, you were saying, wow, I'm so glad it's gone down to 24. But when it started coming up, you would get that emotional FOMO. And you're not alone. It's really normal to get those kind of feelings. In time, you'll just look at these charts unemotionally and you'll say, it's time to get in and it's time to get out. You'll get there, my friend. Keep up the great work. And this is a really good thing to extend. Please let me know in the comments, what are you doing right now? Do you feel that you're scaling in, or you're just buying, or what are you doing? It's a really helpful thing to talk about this. And what we do as a community, we're always talking through so many things. If you'd like to go and read the comments section on the videos, you'll find just a wealth of information and a wealth of wisdom from our beloved global family. These videos are deliberately long because it's all about commitment. When you show commitment to anything in this world, you're going to reach your goals. And the people that show commitment over a long period of time, they get their goals. What we do each and every day is to look through the market from an active learning perspective. You can see that the market is quite green. You know what Bitcoin is doing. You know what global markets are doing. You know what's happening with the Fed and interest rates. You know all sorts of things. And over time, you'll just learn to get into synchronization with the market. It does take a while, so I suggest that you just BORSOG, use coffee money to place your buy and sell orders. And that is a really, really good way because it doesn't expose you to too much anxiety. You can just take a very, very small percentage of your investing portfolio and just place $1 trades, $10 trades, whatever you want, whatever is coffee money for you. That's a really, really good way to go. And don't worry about what anybody else is doing. If you look at this particular heat map and you say, oh, why wasn't I in Matic yesterday when it was at the bottom? The probably obvious answer to the question, yesterday was a completely different day. There was so much fear on the table. All the retail thinking would be, I need to get out of here, I need to sell. And what does smart money do? It inverses that thinking and says, no, we're buying at that point of time. But you have to have the skills, you need knowledge as well. I suggest you start small and scale. You know that opportunities reset daily. Just start small. That's the way to go. Just get into the flow of things. And it doesn't have to be big amounts. And you can realize that just by doing 2% a day, that's pretty sensational. Just builds your confidence up. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.